Good day, lovelies. Today we are going to look at entries, like type of entry, type of entry, type of entry. One, we have aggressive entry. The second one is conservative entry. So we are going to look at how or what aggressive entry looks like and what conservative entry also looks like. Now let's look at it. When we are talking about entry, what is this? When we are talking about entry, let's assume we have our POI, let's assume we have our POI like this. Yes, something like this. Okay, let's say our POI is here. This is our POI. For those of you that don't know what is POI, is point of interest. Let's assume that this is our POI. Let me use this other color. Let's assume this is our POI, that is point of interest, where we are looking forward to either buy or sell from in a market. Now this is our POI and we are talking about aggressive entry. Now once this market dance Kelewu down to this point, like market dancing Kelewu coming down, let's say market is coming down, bleeding down to this point of interest. If you are trading aggressively, what you will do at this point is you will buy directly. Once market tapped on that point, you will buy directly from that point. Once price tapped on that point, you will buy directly from that point. This is what aggressively entry looks like. You enter buy, then you target this structure. This is aggressive entry. This is aggressive entry. You entering directly from your POI aggressively. Entering from your POI aggressively. Sorry, I'm supposed to put this thing on do not disturb. Entry from your POI aggressively. That is aggressive entry. Entering directly from your POI aggressively. Now, when we are talking about conservative entry is a kind of confirmatory entry, like using confirmations to enter your market. Now, conservative entry is like, let's say we have the same structure. We have our POI at this point, this place. This is where we are looking forward to buy from. Now, this is conservative entry. Once this price approach here, tap on this point. Wow. Once price tap on that point, you are not going to buy directly from that point. You are not going to buy directly, unlike this other one, aggressive entry. Let me tap this aggressive entry so that you don't make mistake. Aggressive entry. Yeah, this is aggressive entry. Now, once price, this is conservative entry. The one I'm explaining now is conservative entry, this one. So now, once price approached at this point, what you do, you have like a kind of entry time frame, such as like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, any one that you do choose to. What you do is, if let's take for instance, this happens to be 1 hour or 4 hours time frame. Now, once price approach the POI on 1 hour or 4 hours time frame, you switch to your lower time frame, be it 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute time frame, and you'll be looking out for a kind of confirmation pattern to enter. A kind of confirmation pattern. You switch down to lower time frame at this point. What you'll be looking out for is probably a kind of pattern to enter, maybe you look out for price to enter here, create a lower structure, then price should take it out like this, taking out this high. That is kind of change of character. You want to see price change character. Let's say price stopped at this point. Now what you'll be looking out for is price to change character. On lower time frame, this will happen on a lower time frame. Price should change character at this point. This is going to then signal you that okay, price is about reversing. Then once price creates this same structure you have here, this is the exact same structure on your higher time frame, you see the same structure on your lower time frame. Once price creates this, you have your point of interest. Let's shift this bigger one. Price has mitigated that one. Now switching to lower time frame, you'll be looking out for price to create this same structure, the same structure you have, this same pattern you have on the higher time frame. You need to see it on the lower time frame, the particular time frame, your entry time frame. You need to see the same structure. You mark out the last candle that caused the impulsive movement. Now this is where you will be taking trade from. Once price, you'll be waiting for price after changing character to come back into that point. Now this is where you'll be taking your entry from. Now this is a confirmatory entry. This is where you'll be taking your entry from. Let me zoom so that I can do this stuff. Hey, Abby. Oh no. Yes, okay. So this is where you'll be taking your entry from. All right, I think it's okay now. All right, this is where you'll be taking your entry from. You can see with this you have a lesser stop loss limit. With this safe, you notice you get to understand that the stop loss is not below this big higher time frame level. Is below the confirmation level. You keep a little bit invalidation zone. Now you can target, the first target will be this structure, that lower time frame structure highs that cause the change of character, which reverse. That will be your first. Then your second take profit will be at this point. With this you can have two TPs, TP1 and TP2. The confirmation TP, the confirmation structure TP, and the higher time frame structure TP, structural TS highs. So you see, same thing applicable to sell. So let's opt into our chart so that I can show you this stuff on charts. Let's use this BTC charts to explain it. I think here. Now let's look at this BTC charts. Let's look at this. This is a structural liquidity. You can see this is exactly same thing I explained. Let's say we have this break of structure here. There's a break of structure here. Very nice structure, broken, got broken there. And we have this point as the point of interest. We have this whole point as the point of interest. You can see that price mitigated that point, right? Very nice. But I didn't enter from that point. The moment price mitigated that point, you see I didn't enter from that point. I was waiting for conservative entry, like confirmations. So now what I did, I switched price tapping at my POI, but I didn't enter. I switched to my lower time frame. Let's say I switch to 5 minutes. Oh God, where is this market? Are you sure I'm going to see this stuff? Because this is 5 minutes. So Abby, let me change to 15 minutes so that I can track that point, because this is a very long-term market structure. Okay, all right, look at it here. at it here. So price mitigated my higher time frame POI. I refused to take it. I supposed to take the entry aggressively from this point. Look at from this point. Some persons might have taken it from that point as their entry, then will place their stop loss here and will take it down. But I didn't do that. What I did was waiting to see the same pattern formed. So if you switch, if you look at it very well, you get to see that price mitigated and price come back up. So you see that price broke this structure here. There's this structure that is here. Price breaks this structure. Can you see that after price breaking that structure, that is confirming to me that, oh, this is change of character. So at this point, we add this break of structure, this particular point, that is where we have the break of structure, which we can call it change of character happens there. After that change of character, what I did was I saw this fair value gap. I saw the fair value gap. This is where I marked that fair value gap out. Mark that fair value gap. It was the fair value gap I used in my entry. Mark the fair value gap out. You can see price came back. Tap on that fair value gap. Now see I had a nice right. Same 1:3. You can see I placed my stop loss above the level and I target 1:3. Very sharp. Which you can see price after price gave me 1:3, price reverse back. Those people that took the aggressive movement, you can see the aggressive movement, I believe they will be targeting this high. They will be targeting this high. What they will do is they will enter here. What they will be targeting this high because they place their stop loss below above here, and they are targeting like 1:3, which should be somewhere this or high, this high. But with confirmatory entry, you can see the moment price gave me 1:3, price reversed back to entry. Price went back directly into their entry before selling off. So this is all I have for you now.